Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The article that I'm about to read and discuss has to do with Russia and the United Nations Security Council and some calls from certain countries to Russia out, which is kind of an impossibility, but nevertheless, you can see how far some crazies are going. And the thing is, if this is about to happen, that would confirm something I've been talking for about a month already, which was Russia and a new club that's in the process of formation will create uh, their own organizations, parallel organizations to the current ones, or the current ones will be dissolved and will be recreated to fit the first club, and the second club will have its own organizations and the jurisdiction will be separate. So let's see what's this all about. This article comes from Republic World on July 2nd, 2022, and this is the title. Russia slams calls for its exclusion from United Nations Security Council. So Dmitry Polyansky, which is Russia's deputy representative to the United Nations, on Friday stated that stripping off Moscow's permanent membership in the Security Council will only be possible if the organization was disbanded and created anew. Speaking in a live interview with Soloviev TV, Polyansky reminded Ukraine's President Zelensky, accusing him of trying to stir up the UNSC member states. The Russian envoy claimed that the Kiev leadership is trying to inject newer angles into the issue that the UNSC, United Nations Security Council members, are growing increasingly tired of. And I think that's true. And I'm quoting, the United Nations officials have provided due clarification. This is a total nonsense, end quote. Polyansky retorted, as quoted by TASS. And I'm quoting, both Zelensky and Ukrainian envoy to the United Nations, Serhiy Kislitsia, and wasting their breath claiming that time to time that Russia, that's a mistake here, the time that Russia has no rights to this, has no rights to have a seat in the United Nations Security Council, Polyansky said. So, do you think that Russia could be kicked out of the UN Security Council? I don't think so. And if it is, you're going to have a country that's not going to fall under the UN jurisdiction. So what are you going to do? Are you going to try to rile up everybody else when Russia does something to attack it? They have nuclear weapons. They're going to go to that. These guys are really thinking. I don't know if they're thinking though. I think they're a little nerve inside their brains sometimes make contact, and they sometimes it's functional. Um, I think that little nerve doesn't function right. And why I'm saying that is because it's just these guys think that they will engage Russia in conventional war. I don't think Russia will ever fight a conventional war from now on. Why? Because it shows its I don't want to say limits, but to a certain extent it does. But it's also has a great toll on his nation. How many rockets they used? Zelensky claims about 3,000 or missiles. Then how many people died? How many tanks? How many airplanes? So all this destruction and all these losses should be avoided with one rocket or missile or however we want to call it, one bomb. That would be it. So, and you don't have to do anything else. And I'm not saying that Russia will. That's what I think would the scenario would be played. Russia will not detonate one of his nuclear weapons on a inhabited area. They will detonate it somewhere in the middle of the big field, somewhere wherever they want, on the other country, not on their country, and that would be okay. The next one is going to be on that if you don't back off. Or who knows, maybe no, they're not going to say anything and see how everybody else is going to react. That's what I would think they would do, is to save, their resources, because they can't win. They definitely can't win. So this, if they want to kick Russia out, let's say there's a mechanism, which I don't think there is a mechanism by which United Nations Security Council can kick out one of their members. I don't think it's there. But don't take my word for it, because I really do not know. But the Russian representative over there, deputy whatever, United Nations, he clearly said there's no way, but the only way is to, you know, disband the UN and start again with a new structure. In this case, Russia will be out, and I'm assuming other countries will do something else, or maybe they will not really create another let's say United Nations style organizations. Maybe they're going to create something that's going to be smarter than that. And when I'm talking about smarter, I can have, let's say, China. So let's say Russia is out of United Nations, but China, who's going to be in the same team with Russia, will not say, "Okay, I'm out of it." No, it's going to remain in the United States, in the United Nations, with a veto power, so it can always, um, uh, impede any decisions in the Security Council, and be together with Russia in a different economic, um, organizations, not military or anything like that. So then it's like you have a Trojan horse in the United States with the name of China. That would be how should I put it, a sneakier way of doing stuff. And since these guys are all politicians and diplomats, they have to think like that, because it's a war over there. They say, "Oh no, we're friendly countries." No, there's no friendly countries. It's just interest. It's a national interest or personal interest. That's what it is. And they act upon that. Not, "Oh, I'm friends with you." Do you think that Macron is a friend with, let's say, Olaf Scholz, or with Boris Johnson? No, they're not friends. They are over there for the camera. But once the interest diverges, then be certain that they're at each other's throat in the next second. That's the way it goes. It's just, you know, they pretend that's for us to, we are, imagine that we are 13-year-old teenagers watching news. That's how they perceive us. And we are expected to vote the way the news are portrayed to us and are vomited to us. So this is the way they really think. Among us, there are some people, you and I obviously, who are not a 13-year-old. We are smarter than that. But we are a very tiny minority. I guarantee you that. So this tiny minority, they don't care about us. They want to make sure that we do not have the same means they have to put the 13-year-old adults in front of a camera and influence them with knowledge. That's the only thing that they care. They want to make sure that we do not have a big audience to influence the 13-year-old people, because they have to have that so they can control the democratic system. And that's why when they talk, you and I can say, "That's bullshit over there. They're lying. It's not fair. They're breaking the law. They do this. They're hypocrites." Yeah, you and I. How many like us are over there? I'm pretty sure we're a minority, and they don't care about it, about us. Their message is manufactured to target those people, the majority, not us. They don't even care about us unless one of us gets too strong in a certain way and has a power to influence people with the same weapons, mass media weapons, to influence the 13-year-old mentality of those adults. And once you get that, they will ban you. They will do something. They will arrest you. They will charge you. They will investigate you. They will close your business. They will do whatever they want, because the facade. I mentioned that movie with the Batman and the Joker. This civilized man. They're civilized how long the society allows them. But once the chips are down or something like that, or the shit hits the fan, I'm paraphrasing obviously, then you see how these civilized people just jump on each other's throats and become uncivilized. Look at the world history, recent one, and see the civilized countries how they became uncivilized, just like this. So these are from this movie. Just it was just funny to watch certain clips of this Joker. As I said before, sometimes certain characters in the movies cannot tell the truth and being portrayed as sane, because that runs against the script. So they have to camouflage it sometime under someone who's crazy and telling the truth, because he's just crazy. What he says is not the truth. It's just funny, but he's crazy. But if you got a little bit of something here, you realize no, that's actually the truth. Put in the mount of the crazy person so he doesn't appear threatening to the handlers. Just watch those little things. Not the movie. I don't care about the movie, but watch about these lines in that movie by the Joker. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.